I mean, I wouldn't want to be a judge.
I think they're really making these guys work.
I wouldn't want to be a judge.
Your favorite close first and second.
Which is one you want at Olympia, right? I mean,
you want excitement.
Yeah, I mean, this is not like the women's bodybuilding. I thought Andrea Shaw
whatever you
ran
want
away with the title, and this one I think is going to be left to like
whatever you want.
Definitely.
This one I think is going to be left to like
nice, most muscular.
Oh, that's thank you, gentlemen. Back in line. This concludes our confirmation round.
And the audience,
back to you, Bob.
They're going to be left wanting for a little bit. I'm not going to pick one. I can't. It's too close.
That is, like you said, Sean, apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Which physique you like better? One has more dense muscle. The other one is more width, small waist, or that width waist differential.
Crazy.
All right, we are joined, as you are hearing, by the great Rich Gaspari and Sean Ray.
Yes.
And we're hearing some really great insights. Now, guys, I always love to compare 212 and the days when you guys competed. Well, what was your stage weight?
It could be anywhere from 209 to 220 was the weights I competed at. So yeah, I was right in that category.
Yeah, and I was right around, like, I started at 201, and I tapped out at 218 and 208, and I came back down to about 212.
So this is your wheelhouse.
Yeah, this is my wheel. If this existed, I would have been in this category. But it would have been a tough decision for me to make, because I would have felt like I want to go up against the big boys. So I would have went up against the big boys, no question.
Well, we're about to see some routines. We'll see what these guys have, see their posing, and see them displaying their best.
Yes, here we go. This is where the cream rises to the top.
Is back and he's about 10 pounds. The Conqueror, William Bonac, is back in action. He missed the Arnold, but he's here at the Olympia. But you got a new guy named Nick Walker. All he did was win the Arnold a couple of weeks ago. Folks, we're going to see that in just a few minutes, but right now, our top 5 212 gentlemen. Please welcome. Your first competitor from Libya, former Olympia champion, Kamal El Garni.
All right, Rich, this is what they pay the big bucks to see these athletes perform. It's actually their signature, and when it's all said and done and they're our age, they'll have the YouTube channel to go to look back and see their routines and show their kids.
Here we got Kamal.
To look back and see by way of Libya and living in London and in Florida. This guy's all over the place. And living in London and in Florida.
And like I said earlier, this guy's 50 years old.
Yeah, 50 plus. 51's knocking on the door.
Wow.
Yeah. But you don't even talk about the age when you look at the physique.
No,
you can't tell.
He's got a great physique. It's just amazing how he's ageless with his physique. He's got a great physique. It's just amazing how he's ageless with his physique.
Now, what Kamal does not have that Sean has to his advantage is the sweeping quadricep. He's got kind of an Eduardo Kawa quadricep that kind of gets square and boxy at the end. Very flexible. Remind you, we're looking at a former champion 2 years ago.
Really dense muscle.
2 years ago.
He's definitely in condition and in shape.
Well, he didn't lose the step on the back, the detail, holding on. A lot of people say the legs, Rich, are the first thing to go when you get older. A lot of people say the legs, Rich, are the first thing to go when you get older. His are still holding on.
Yes.
His are still holding on.
Conditioning is never an issue for Kamal.
Conditioning is spot on.
Nice double back bicep. That's one of his strong shots.
Nice.
Nice double back bicep. That's one of his strong shots. Control the stomach. stomach when you're in transition is the main
Come on.
issue with some of the bodybuilding. In transition is the main.
I don't see as much with the 212 with, you know, stomach issues.
Yeah, I don't see as
which
much.
is good. They're a little
Gentlemen, please
smaller.
welcome from the USA,
Which is good.
Nathan Epler. Nathan Epler.
And this is his first.
Out of this weight division.
Epler. Great first Olympia appearance.
Yeah, good traps. I like those.
Give it up for Nathan Epler.
All right, quick fun fact, guys. That was Daughtry he posed to when Daughtry made his physical transformation into buffness.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Jen
please
Hendershot,
welcome
former
from
Fitness
Spain,
Olympia, was his coach.
Angel Calderon. Reyes.
That's obscure, Sean. I was trying to
Yeah,
break
nice nugget. I like that.
That's a nice nugget of information.
Pull that one out 10 years from now. I want to hear that again. Pull that one out 10 years from now. I want to hear that again. All right. Angel Cardone. Cardone Treehouse.
Angel Cardone, he's from Spain.
Yeah, he's not. He didn't hit his peak here today, Rich.
No, he's a little off.
He didn't hit his peak. Holding a little bit of water, a little bit of fat under that subcutaneous skin. A little bit of water, and immediately, because we've seen the other guy, you can see that he's trying to make up ground.
If you look at the intercostal,
Yeah, there's things that we don't see that we should in terms of definition. There's things that we don't see that we should.
he's got a little bit of a glaze.
Yeah, which makes it hard to see the quality of the muscle. We see the muscle there, but you got to make it hard to thin the skin out a little bit.
Yep.
You see the muscle there, but you got to. Now,
Is that subcutaneous water, guys, or is that another couple weeks of cardio?
It's a combination of both, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both water and there's still some.
Yeah, hitting your peak is not an exact science, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, hitting your peak.
When he's hitting that intercostal shot.
I mean, there's just small things that can take your detail right out of the picture, right? I mean, from the kind of carbs that you use, how much water you're drinking.
Angel Calderon Reyes.
How much water you're drinking.
Angel Calderon Reyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the USA, ladies and gentlemen, Derek Lunsford.
Oh, let's see
All
what
right.
Derek's going to look like here.
He's going to look excited. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Remember, he made the transition from Indiana to Florida. Remember, he made the transition from Indiana to Florida.
Indiana's a lot of cornfields.
Yes, home of Larry Birds. Back to Richie Miller. Yes, home of Larry Birds.
Like we said earlier, he's got nice structure, width. He's able to come in shape this time.
Yeah, he pulled off the vacuum pretty nice. I remember him when he won the USA Championship as a light heavyweight. When he won the USA Championship, overall champion.
Nice.
Come a long way. Overall
There's a lot of separation across all the muscles from top to bottom.
Wow, you can see his legs from the side, glutes, hamstring tie-in, great back.
All right, Rich, I asked Sean about this often. Is he tightening up by the minute? Does it look like he looks better than he did in that post down?
I always see it happen, you know, at the night show, because those guys get work in prejudging and they get better. Like right now, his back looks phenomenal, and the posing and the squeezing. Sean, when we competed, we did a lot of posing.
Yeah.
You know, to prepare for a show.
And I can tell you the lighting here, I think, is actually better than it was at the prejudging. It's a different stage too, right?
Yeah.
So a few more shadows to kind of see the contrast
better.
right? Yeah.
Definitely does that backing well.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad to see in today's, you know, bodybuilders.
Which tells you he's not loading up on the carbs before he gets on stage. You could do it if you're full.
Yeah.
Derek Lunsford, great job.
Give it up for Derek Lunsford.
He wants this really bad, you can tell.
It's a good comeback from where he was.
Your final competitor from the
He came up.
USA.
Good comeback from where he was.
He is your reigning, defending 212 Olympia champion,
Sean.
the Giant Killer, Sean Florida.
Wow, just like him on his own. Look how just thick and dense he looks.
Yeah, the quads separate. Strong bodybuilder too for a 180-pound, 5'3", 5'2" body.
I see some of the weight that this guy lifts. It's phenomenal. I see some of the weight that this guy
He represents gas. Put some time in at Destination Dallas. Gas. Works out at Steve Weinberger's gym, Bev's powerhouse out at Steve Weinberger's.
I know he came from, you know, like Trenton. Yeah, no, he was down by Trenton, New Jersey.
Okay. Well, he's come a long way. I first met Sean in 2010 at a muscle camp. He was a student. He came to learn.
That's what I seen him
To
do.
see him graduate, win the title, now he's defending it. What a leap that was for him.
He trained in a gym in New Jersey. It was called Man's World.
Yeah.
In Trenton, New Jersey.
Well, you guys, you talked about how great he is.
Yes. Look at that.
He's short on stature, but we got to remember Muhammad bin Aziza did beat Dorian Yates in 1990 at the Night of Champions. Dorian's only defeat as a pro bodybuilder.
Muhammad was a phenomenal bodybuilder.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot
You think
more.
Muhammad would have been a great 212 athlete?
He absolutely would have. I mean, him and Sean would have been battling it out.
Yeah.
Sean's only weakness, Rich, that I can see glaring is the lack of thickness on the hamstring when he turns around to the side, especially in comparison with Derek. When he turns around to the side, the quads are so overwhelming. Like Big Rami, that the hamstrings almost get lost. Like Big Rami, that the hamstrings almost get lost.
But his legs are pretty.
He has that 3D look on his muscle.
That's what it looks like.
That deep, dark chocolate skin with the glaze on it. Really looks good. I know Protan's been a sponsor of this show for many years, and they've been working with all the athletes here this weekend.
Just look at that. You can see every separation in his back, frustrations in his thighs, chest striated, frustrations in his thighs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else we want out of this physique, right?
No, he's a grainy bodybuilder.
What more could he pack on?
Well, he's maxed out. He's almost in the refinement stage now.
Yeah.
Well, he's maxed out. Nobody's going to say he needs bigger or anything. He's right there.
That's it. He can't get any bigger than
Now
that.
it's going to come down to a matter of opinion.
The Giant Killer.
Well, that's not our opinion. It's going to come down to a matter of opinion. Rich, you dabbled as a judge for
Yeah, I judged for about
Folks, judges
3 years.
as we speak.
In the IFBB, and you know, it's a thankless job. I got to tell you, the judges, you got to give them credit. They got to judge, and in the end, the only person that likes them is the first place guy.
That's it. Men's physique.
Likes them.
Our wheelchair champs, and of course, the brand new wellness division. All tomorrow, folks, 9 a.m. start time.
He judged.
Over at the Expo.
Yep.
All right, here they come.
That's what he
Top
judges.
5 212 champs.
Kids.
That's what he judges.
All right, well, this is where the rubber hits the road because now all the work is done. They'll have the pose down. The judges are going to score this thing and We're going to find out. We have another repeat champion. We had several tonight, Tim.
Gentlemen on the center line. Head judge Steve
I mean, do you think if you have to knock out the champ, you know, they say you got to knock out the champ. He's the reigning Mr. Olympia. So does Derek have enough to knock him out?
Listen, Derek's better than he was a year ago.
Yeah.
But Sean is exactly who we thought Sean was defending this title. If I've got to lean and go out on a limb, I got to stay with the champ. I mean, Sean is everything I thought.
That's what I'm saying. I just don't know if it's enough to knock out Sean.
Yeah. And we've heard that in our careers many times.
Yes.
You got to knock the champion out. I don't know that there's enough done to knock the champ out. Therefore, I don't know that I got to stay with Sean. Therefore,
I'm with you, Sean.
Now here's a side note. So Derek's been a first runner-up a few times, third place a year ago. If he does not win here, does he come back again, or does he just grow into the open?
I think he goes in the open.
Yeah, he's right here on that bubble.
I think he goes in the open. But to your point, he could refine at this weight, and that was the last piece.
Yeah,
find that upper chest and the quads just a touch. He'll be a top contender.
Remember, he's only about 5'6" on a good day, but in the offseason he gets up over well over 40.
I heard he gets really big.
Yeah.
And he was working with Hani Rambot in his preparation.
Yeah, well, we got to give Hani some props because they did the work. He looks great by comparison to a year ago.
Yes.
They did the work. He looks great by comparison to a year ago.
Yes.
I imagine switching coaches is not easy decision to make for a lot of these guys.
Here's another question at 50. If Kamal takes another third, does he retire?
Well, I thought Kamal was going to retire a year ago, but he also, like Dexter said, why retire if I'm doing good?
Yeah. He's doing good.
Why retire?
All right.
It's not like he's falling.
No, it's not
The
like
guys are just so great. It's not like he's falling.
No injuries.
The guys are just so great.
All right. We are
No
going to go to
injuries.
commercial, and we'll come back with some results. We are going to go to commercial, and we'll come back with some results.
What do you say, folks? We got a close one here.
All right. We've got Bob with our results.
To go
All
with
right.
our top
Bob with our
5
results.
placings. Presenting the 5th place award. Our good friends at Vita Lounge, represented by Ashley Reyes and Rafael Reyes. Represented by Ashley Reyes and Rafael Reyes. Please take the 5th place award, the check for $3,000, to our 5th place finisher. To our 5th Nathan Nepler.
All right.
Oh, Nathan.
Great first Olympia.
Not bad. He's
That's not
noticed.
bad to get top
First
5.
Olympia.
Not bad. He's
That's not
noticed.
bad to get top.
All right, slightly different lighting, great conditioning. He definitely earned his top 5. Congratulations, Nathan Epler.
And at the end of the day, he's still got to get more condition, so there's a lesson to be learned. Put a little more size on the arms, he'll stand out a little bit more. Put a little more size on the arms, he'll stand out a little bit more. We're in that culture, Rich, where some people, especially the keyboard warriors, they can't handle the criticism. Whereas the athletes, that's the only thing they have to work with when it's over.
Yeah.
To go back to the gym, they need to know what to work on.
Exactly.
Nathan, I recommend he pounds those biceps and triceps.
Presenting the 4th place award, representing Yamamoto Nutrition, Mr. Neil Hill. Yamamoto Nutrition, Mr. Neil Hill. Neil will
So
take
what do you call here, Sean?
4th place award,
Top
the
3.
check for $5,000.
I'm going to go with Angel on this one for fourth place.
4th place finisher.
On this one for
I think so too.
Angel Calderon,
He
Reyes.
needed to be a little harder.
Yeah, he's a little heavy.
He had that film of water.
Yeah.
Be a little harder. Great shape. He had that
The stomach needs to be a little bit more defined, I
great
believe.
shape.
And yeah, find a way to get rid of some of that water.
Yes. Like you said earlier, a little bit more bicep.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, a little bit more bicep.
Might be getting some coaching tips from Neil Hill right now. Hey,
Yeah.
Neil, what'd you think?
Yeah, Neil's taking the opportunity as a trainer. Here's my card.
No, but medal in the card.
Good job for this guy.
Yeah.
And he's representing another country, right?
Is this his first Olympia?
It is.
Representing another country, right?
He is very thick. Very thick.
It's easier to go back and just work on condition than
Presenting the 3rd
change
place
your whole
award,
look.
Ms. Alex Sacasa, Vice President of Wings of Strength.
Well, this is the expected on paper.
Here it is. Kamal, Derek, Sean Clarita.
The third place award, the Olympia bronze medal, the check for $10,000 to our third place finisher. Kamal El-Gardi.
There we go.
All right, congratulations, Kamal.
Down from second place 1 year ago and from first place 2 years ago. Taking third, Rich, is there a trend that we're seeing? I mean, at some point you got to do an inventory and a gut check. Trend that we're seeing. I mean, at some
Well, again, I don't think he really is losing what he has. He still looks phenomenal. I just think the competition was even better. Derek still was on his game, and Sean Clarita looked as good or better than he did last year. Sean Clarita looked as good.
Yeah, and at the same time, we watched Dexter Jackson win the Olympia in 2008. He spent another 12 years trying to get it back, right?
Yes.
So, is that what this guy's going to be chasing? Or maybe he needs to go into another contest and get some more confidence under his belt?
Another 12 years to make him 62.
He'll be chasing Albert Beckham. He'll be chasing Albert Beckham. All right, well, then there were two, and this is where the rubber hits the road.
Yes.
This was after the prejudging. We're talking where the rubber hits the road.
Derek and Sean, if I can have you in the center, please.
What?
Wow, big round of applause. See if Derek pumps somebody up.
There's no real loser here, huh?
No. Pump somebody up.
There's no real loser here, huh?
No.
The next name you hear will be our 212 Olympia champion. Presenting the second place award.
Derek has to walk away happy either way. He made huge improvements. Derek has to walk away happy either way.
Representing Trifecta, Miss Liz Connolly. Our Chief Olympia Officer, Mr. Dan
Sean has some
Solomon.
real round muscle.
Yeah, full.
And our IFBB Vice President, Tyler Mannion.
We've been there, Rich, standing there.
I know.
Waiting. It's an eternity right now.
Yeah.
I've been standing where Bob is.
The first place award, the Olympia Gold Medal, the check for $50,000. And the title of 2021, 212 Olympia champion. To our winner, 212 Olympia champion. And that answer's coming up in just a moment.
Bob loves
I was
doing
going with N still. That's just me.
God, I love doing that.
I was going with N still.
Just Bob. Derek's not happy.
But first, we got to find out from you, the fans. Who do you like, everybody?
Make a decision, Rich.
Who do you like?
I told you, Sean's from New Jersey. I got to give it to Sean.
You're a homer. All right, you're going with the Jets this year, huh?
2021.
You're going with the Giants. I'm going to go with the Giant Killer. With the Giants.
Right, yeah.
I'm going to go with the Giant
I'll go Derek just to be contrarian.
And new.
There you go. There you go. I don't mind being wrong. Listen, that was a coin toss.
That was very, very close.
That was a coin toss. And look at this. That's ecstasy right there.
Wow.
And look at this. I'm not even going to call it an upset because that was a contest.
No, that
That was a dog fight.
that was a tough
That was a contest.
fight.
Well, top of the big hand for your
Wow. My experience tells me you got to knock the champion out. Derek
the silver medal. You runner up, Sean.
But what a decision. The judges made a tough decision and stuck with it. That was good.
I wonder how close that was, Sean, in the scores.
Yeah, I want to see the paper because I believe Sean was winning after prejudging.
Really?
Yeah, I believe Sean was winning. But, you know, it's like, I would have loved to have seen that back in the day when they had those close calls that they didn't make. This was a tough decision and they made it. That they didn't make. All right, props to the judges.
Yeah.
I do give it props to the judges.
All right, run it back. Props to the judges. I don't think I've ever said
I
that
do give it
before.
props to the judges.
Derek Lunsford did the impossible. Took up the Giant Killer. Derek Lunsford did the impossible. The good thing is Sean is young enough. He's not going anywhere. The question is Derek going to move up or do this again?
Derek gets a taste of winning this show.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, the Open is a tough
Gentlemen, everybody in this competition.
I know it is.
Favorite post.
I think like Lewis, he could be bigger, right? Maybe he's sucking down and losing some quality.
to get to that point.
Your favorite post.
But like you said, you do it once, you do it again.
There's still a touch of conditioning left on the table for Derek at that size.
Yeah.
I believe he could get like even better condition.
Yeah.
How about a most muscular guy?
I gotta tell you, he's gotta be elated. He wanted it back. Elated. We may be here a year from now doing the exact same call.
Yeah.
We may be here a year from now.
It may be the same top three if Kamal doesn't make a change. It may be the same top three if Kamal doesn't make a change.
All right, well, we said he was the most improved, and they rewarded it.
I guess they did it so the judges saw it that way.
They rewarded it.
I guess they did it so the judges saw it that way.
Wow.
I think our mic's done. Good thing with Bob. I think our mic's done. Good thing with Bob.
All glory to God, 100%. Jesus Christ is my Savior. Jesus Christ.
Bro, you know you're good when I don't have to say a word. They just start clapping. Bro, you know you're fantastic, Derek. We all saw at the prejudging that this was going to be close. We all conceded. You finally brought everything that we thought you could bring the last couple of years. You kept just missing it. Just missing it. You finally put it together. New team in place this year, and it paid off in dividends.
Yes, sir. It's been several years. I've been fighting for this title, and I just couldn't seem to get it together. I was maybe too focused on other things, other competitors. I don't know what it was. I just know that my walk spiritually with Christ wasn't what it is today. That's number one. That's why I keep pointing to the heavens, man. But yes, my coach, Hani Rambod, he has helped me tremendously. Become a much better professional bodybuilder all around. It's not just about the physique; it's about the mind too, and focusing on myself and just learning to get better, learning how to be a better bodybuilder and better professional. I have a great family. I wouldn't even call them friends. They're family that keep me, grounded and focused in bodybuilding and life with Christ. And I couldn't do it without you either. So all of you guys give me so much support. I love you all. Thank you so much. So much support. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Well, Derek, that's about as well said as it's going to be. You brought your best. The judges like what they saw. You are standing here today, my friend, the best 212 bodybuilder in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, your 212 Olympia champ, Derek Lunsford. Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we got to thank Rich Gaspari.
Yeah. Hey, what about Rich's deal that he had going on this weekend? What's happening this weekend?
Well, we're giving away $10,000. You have to go to next year's Olympia. All expenses paid. Year's worth of supplements. We have banners around. We have it on the stage. We also have it at the GaspariNutrition.com website. To sign up, you get a chance of winning the prize.
I think I got an email today too. 35% off plus a free shirt.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're going to see you tomorrow in Legends at the Olympia booth at 12 noon with Lee Haney, Lee Labrada, Kevin Lebroni. Lee Haney, Lee Labrada.
Yeah.
Who else is with us? Ronnie Coleman. We're all going to be Dexter Jackson.
Wow.
We're all going to be there at 12 o'clock tomorrow in the expo. Derek Lunsford. Thanks, Rich, for chiming in.
Thank you.
Good to see you, buddy. We're going to make room for another
We're doing
legend.
this again.
Yeah, man. We'll do it again next year.
We're going to make room for
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, do it next year. Coming up next, Mr. Olympia Prejudging.
You know what, Sean?
Sean, we're going to bring in Mr. Olympia, our ambassador for the year, the legend himself, Lee Haney.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited for this.
In the meantime, what a stud Rich Gaspari is, man. He's getting better at speaking English. He's good, actually. He actually calls himself good.
He's getting really good.
I like that. Now we're going to bring in an OG for the big boy.
It is time.
Wow.
All year we've been
Let's welcome our honorary guest of the evening.
Right here on
Actually, he's not the guest of the evening. He's the guest of the weekend. Honorary guest, 8-time Mr. Olympia, by way of Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to put his headset on. Lee Haney. He's going to put his headset on. Lee Haney.
Lee Haney's looking for
the germ killer.
All right, here we
to
go.
get Gaspari's COVID off of it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Killer.
please welcome
To get Rich
your
Gaspari.
first
We're leading
competitor
into
from
the
USA.
open.
All right.
Walker.
Nick Walker, the mutant. We're about to see Nick Walker, the mutant. All right. Nick has had one heck of a year. Just won the Arnold Classic. One heck of a year. Just won the Arnold Classic. Freaky conditioning. Let's see how he sizes up.
Lee, that is the Arnold Classic champion of a week ago, Nick Walker, who just shook up the world of bodybuilding for a win this year, and he's making his debut at 26 years old here at the Olympia.
Yeah, he looks awesome, man. He looks great, nice and tight. You know, the deal is always being able to repeat a peak.
That's it.
That's the deal. You know,
It's not always easy to do.
no, it's not.
It's a lot easier when you're young, though. And he's one of the youngest in the open lineup.
That guys, there goes a question. The Arnold Classic was 2 weeks ago. How hard is it to hold that conditioning?
It's very hard to hold that conditioning. And, you know, from what I see, he's just a little bit soft.
There's a film over it.
Yeah, it's a slight film.
And that's early because we got to compare him to the other guys. But yeah, lighting also plays a factor. This is the prejudging. It's a 2-day show.
That's right.
So the critique that we're giving right now, these guys stay here and take it to work and make it work for them by tomorrow. They're going to pose all night tonight.
That's right. That's right. You know, they'll squeeze that extra little film off, and tomorrow could be a whole nother ball game.
That's right. It's a marathon. You got 2 days. Did you ever compete with a 2-day Olympia in your day?
No, we never had that.
It was a 1-day shot.
1-day shot, man. No, we prejudging in the morning, evening show, and there you go.
That's right. It was 30 years ago that Lee Haney in 1991 walked away from bodybuilding, winning right here in Orlando, Florida, defeating the Shadow, Dorian Yates, in his rookie debut time.
Well, and for a man that doesn't look much over 30, that's pretty impressive.
Lee is the right only. You're 61, right? 61?
61.
He is one of the right only.
All right, guys, this is his first Olympia appearance. All right, guys, this is his coming in from Italy appearance. He won the Mr. Big Evolution, took 4th to Puerto Rico Pro. He won Andrea Presti took 4th to Puerto Rico Pro.
Got a good package.
Let's slide on the muscle, Lee, for his height.
Right.
Could have a little bit more body mass, body weight. You know, we've always said this, that the titles are won from the back, and that's probably the area he's got to bring up.
Yeah, lower back, you know, not as much density there, not as much thickness, so,
That comes
you know.
from deadlifting, or?
Well, this comes with some heavy, bent over barbell rolls, heavy one-arm dumbbell rolls, and hyperextension, weighted hyperextension.
Right, he's got the width, the thickness.
That's right. Beautiful shape.
Yeah.
Beautiful shape.
Thickness.
That's right.
Well,
Beautiful
this is his
shape.
first
Beautiful shape.
Olympia appearance, so welcome.
Thank you,
Welcome to
Andre Presti.
Olympia appearance, so welcome to the show.
Yeah.
If you don't know, Lee, I'm Simon Cowell, bodybuilding, because I try to find the weaknesses, right? You can see the strengths, but the weaknesses are the ones that hold you back. You got to figure out what those are so you can go to the gym. And this is a guy that's got shape and balance. Patrick Moore won a competition earlier in the year.
I love Patrick Moore. When I first saw him, man, he totally blew me away. And I understand Patrick was trained by Lee.
Yeah, he worked
Lee
with
LeBron,
Lee, I think
right?
so, yeah.
Looks great.
He was at the Labrada Classic a couple months ago when I was out there emceeing, and we got to chat, and he was certainly put on some quality mass.
Yeah.
And I see it.
I think Patrick won the California Pro earlier this year and was contemplating taking the rest of the year off, actually. And me and Bob had him on the Monday Night Muscle conversation. We said, look, what are you waiting for? These opportunities may never come again.
Exactly.
You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You got to go. If you're qualified, you got to go, and he's here. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
Looks good. Very good job.
You got to go, and he's here.
Could be just a little tighter, you know.
Yeah, of course the skin's got a little bit of water underneath it. Of course the skin's got a little bit of water.
But you know, these two show events, I mean, it takes some science to really understand how to, you know, hit your timing just right with this.
Absolutely.
Understand how to.
But Patrick's a more popular bodybuilder based on his overall aesthetics.
Great shape.
Bodybuilder based on his
Great shape.
And a really inspiring persona on stage.
Yeah, beautiful personality.
Yeah. Inspiring.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, the Conqueror, William Bonet.
All right, William made it.
Now, this is Mr. Peak here. He always has his peak.
He missed his peak 2 weeks ago because he couldn't get in to compete at the Arnold
Oh, my
Classic.
goodness.
So he saved it for this week, and let's find out what he's going to bring. All of about 5'6", 230 pounds, maybe.
It's a lot of muscle, baby.
Missing the Arnold didn't hurt Whitney Jones.
It's a lot of muscle.
Looks like it didn't hurt William either.
Sure doesn't.
Big biceps. Didn't hurt William either.
Sure doesn't.
Big Arnold Classic champion. He's no stranger to the Olympia stage. No stranger.
Now, Sean, how's this conditioning compared to last year and the year before? Now, Sean,
that's a good question. I'm going to have to compare him with the other guys when they come out together. That's a good question. I like that his calves are popping. It's an area that a lot of black bodybuilders struggle with, is the calves. And his calves are stand out along with his biceps. Short and compact, full chest, full arms. Short, compact, full chest. Peekaboo striations in the glutes.
I don't see anything missing with Williams. You know, he's not a real wide bodybuilder. Shoulder width is not that wide, but hey man, he works with what he has and he maximizes it.
That's what keeps him in the hunt.
That's right.
This guy's taken out much bigger bodybuilders. He's even beaten Big Ramy in the past. Much bigger bodybuilders. He's even beaten Big Ramy.
He really knows how to present. He understands and feels his body.
Yeah, and he's won all over the world. Like I've witnessed this guy win in San Francisco's, I think it was the Golden State Championships. I witnessed him win, I think, over in Finland. And here he is, won the Honor Classic a couple of times. This guy's the real deal. And here he is, won the Honor Classic a couple of times.
Yeah, he's bringing it.
Now that's the pose I've seen it better. The midsection is short like Kai Green, but that's got to be really ripped up in order to hit that type of shot.
That's right.
It's not right now. That's got to be really ripped up.
Sean's got a ton of knowledge up there. Sean, who did he lose to at the last Arnold in 2018 or 2019? Took second.
Brandon Curry.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Egypt.
Give my $100, Lee. If it was bodybuilding Jeopardy, I would want him. Yeah, he lost to Brandon Curry, but he came back and he won the contest the next year. He lost to Brandon Curry, but he came back. Williams, the real deal. He's been here hovering around the top for quite some time. Williams, the real deal. He's been hovering around the top for quite some time. He's got some nice big full quadriceps.
You do.
He's got some nice big leather Egyptian a la Big Ramy. Leather Egyptian a la Big Ramy. Hold in some water. Hold in some water.
Up above he is, but down below he certainly isn't.
No, the quads are nice and full.
Up above he is, but down below he certainly isn't.
No, the quads are nice and full.
This is his first Olympia.
Oh, it is.
It is indeed.
Wow, he looks
Olympia.
Looks good. Very good shape. As Sherman was saying, he's holding just little. That film is on it.
Yeah, his quads are overpowering the hamstrings.
Yeah.
The hams are almost invisible by comparison to the quadriceps, especially from the rear. Of course, the back has a nice little film of water, and he needs that density you were talking about, Lee. Maybe a little bit more heavy lifting to build up the thickness.
Yeah.
Got plenty of width.
Now, Lee, Rich asked earlier how to qualify and either win a competition, or he actually did 6 competitions with 4 top 5s. So he racked up the points working hard.
Yes. Sure did.
He stayed ready for a long time.
And that's hard when you're trying to peak at the end. You're trying to stay ready.
That's right.
You're trying to peak at the end. Lee, you only did one show a year pretty much your entire career. After you earned your pro status.
Yeah, you know, Robbie Robertson said something to me early in my career. He said, Lee, if you want to keep the body nice and fresh and healthy and keep your systems excited for the next event, don't overtrain it. Don't overstress it. And that's what I made sure I didn't do. So when I did hit that one show for the year, I was ready.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These guys that get here on point, they run out of gas by the time they get here because they're having to do this peaking thing all the time, and it doesn't always translate on the big day.
Sure doesn't, man.
And it doesn't always translate.
You can tell a tired muscle.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
It's tough enough
from
for
the
one show.
USA,
You multiples, right?
Hakeem Williams.
One show.
This
This would be a multiple for Hakeem. We saw him earlier this year. This would be a in Chicago. Actually, he was in Atlanta at the Chicago Pro. And we saw him 2 weeks ago, and it wasn't popping for him there in Columbus, Ohio. Just at first blush, I don't know that there's a whole lot of more detail that was added to him from Ohio. But bodybuilders, sometimes when they pose, they come alive.
You know, John, one of the secrets that we used back some years ago, I learned this from Albert Becker. You know, the night before the competition, man, you would go to either hit a sauna or steam.
Yeah.
You would go through your mandatory poses, at least 3 times, holding each week for about 10 seconds.
Let the
And
water
you would
out.
squeeze the water out.
Right.
So the next morning, in our case, because that was the prejudge,
Right.
we were ready to peak. We didn't have to wait till the evening in order for the muscle to pop.
I think you're giving away all your secrets.
I know it now. Hey,
It's too late.
They can't help me now. At least these guys are here.
We got to hold a clinic like the day before with these athletes here so they understand there's some things you can do to dry out a little bit. And I imagine he'll dry out a little bit more by tomorrow, which he's going to do.
Yeah, he'll look better tomorrow. He's holding that film. Several of them we've seen so far.
Right.
Is holding a slight film.
Yeah, I think the playing field, Tim, is equal for a lot of these bodybuilders because right now no one's come out and wowed us.
Right.
He is one of our biggest guys. So conditioning is always going to be an issue for the big one of our biggest guys.
From Canada,
So conditioning is always going to be an issue for the big ones.
Grimes.
All right. Here's another guy with great shape that I do believe moved up from physique.
Yeah, he did classic physique. one time. Yeah. He actually started as a bodybuilder, did plastic, came up to bodybuilding. And when we last saw him, we were talking about him being a very thin, open, heavyweight bodybuilder that needed more muscle because of his height. And here he's trying to bring the conditioning with the height, but I don't know that he's added the extra mass that we were waiting for.
He got great shape, though.
Yeah, and he's always had. That's why I said it was classic physique, and he won.
Great shape, though.
Yeah, I believe he won the New York Classic Pro Physique at one time. I believe he won the New York Classic Pro Physique at one time. I think he's about a 6-foot bodybuilder.
Wow.
He is 5'11".
Yeah, 5'11", that's my height.
He is 5'11".
You know, the cool thing about when you have height like that, if you could get the muscle to fill out and everything fits where it needs to, that's an awesome deal on stage.
Well, you're kind of a unicorn, Lee, because you filled out at 23, 24 years old and ran away with titles. These guys are much older than you. See, like we're talking about a 30-plus bodybuilder, and we're waiting for them to fill out, whereas you filled out at your 20s. So you're an anomaly.
Yeah,
You're the dream crusher.
Yeah, my mom was 5'11", 200 pounds.
Yeah.
That sort of helps,
Yeah, that definitely helps.
That's quite the genetic lesson right there.
But Reagan presented a pretty physique.
That's quite the genetic lesson.
We rarely say pretty when we talk about the open bodybuilders because they're all chunky. Reagan's got a nice little physique.
All right. Now, there are some Canadians, Ian Valeri, that we definitely have been looking forward to seeing here on the Olympia stage, who was all over the top 5 and top 2s this year. He had a win and I believe 3 top 2s.
Actually, he had 2 wins, Tim. I'm going to correct you all night tonight. But yeah, he won 2 shows and he got a second place 2 weeks ago at the Arnold Classic. And there was controversy there, but he got the second place and he's here tonight. And we'll see what he brings to the stage. This is a guy, Lee, that has, from the side, he hits the Dorian side tricep and the leg opens up. Nice big quadricep, nice hamstring.
that hamstring.
Nice big. And he's wide across the back, but again, doesn't have the density that you're talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Across the back, but again, doesn't have the density that you're talking about earlier.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, does it have anything to do with, well, I know it does.
Style of
I
training?
noticed there's exactly training.
Yes.
You know, a lot of the guys now on these type of routines where they train in one body part a week.
Right.
I mean, that's ridiculous. When back in our day,
You got to attack the muscle.
yeah, that's the only way you're going to develop muscle maturity and separation.
Right.
You know, the cross striation in the triceps you don't see. You hardly see.
Right.
You know, the cross striation in the chest you hardly see.
But like in boxing, they styles make sometimes training styles make the physique.
That's right.
And if you're not doing certain movements, you're not going to get that development. Here we're looking at his chest, which a lot of people criticize him on in the calves. But yet he's been able to take out some of the other bodybuilders. The Olympia's a different animal altogether.
It's a whole nother animal.
Genetics tie into this.
That's right. That's right. Whole nother animal.
Genetics
The
tie into this.
Persian Wolf, Hadi Chupan.
All right, Lee, are you familiar with the conditioning here? Are you familiar with Hadi Chupan's conditioning? Familiar with the conditioning?
Yes,
Way up
I've seen
Iran.
it. Yes, man.
That guy.
He hit the U.S. and set it on fire, man. He looks great. I know. Here we go now. Let's see what he's got.
Yeah, the first time he's been able to get into the States with a little bit more time to the finishing touches, working with Hani Rambad. So Hani's trying to go 2 for 2. Had to tell you, what would that do for the country of Iran if this guy upsets the big Egyptian, Big Ramy? He would turn bodybuilding upside down over there, Big Ramy.
Sure would, man. Look at him.
He's on top now. I mean,
Yeah, he's tight. Sure would, man.
he's got some very tight skin.
He's tight.
He's got some very tight skin.
He's
Serratus are
serrated,
in,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pecs are in. Serratus are in. The pecs are in. Hadi Chupan, it's well known, has some hearing aids in. He's got some hearing impairment. His English is getting a lot better and his confidence as well. That's what Serratus is
Very
talking
good.
about. Big difference with William Bowling.
yeah.
He gets it. William Bowling.
yeah.
He gets it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you see here, Lee?
Oh, man.
What do you see here,
I
Lee?
mean, from comparison to what I've seen thus far. I mean, chest is in real good. His quads, his abs. I mean, his chest is
And he's tight tomorrow. I mean, really, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Hey, he's going to get tighter.
Everything is so balanced. It's so
Oh, yeah.
defined.
He took his time and really presented his physique in a great way, too.
Yeah, I think
Very good.
He's probably the most conditioned out of the ones that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I agree.
He's probably the most
100%.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
And that was never really an issue for him.
100%.
Hunter Labrada.
All right, Hunter's on the hunt. Yeah, let's see what's happening. Hunter's on the hunt. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's see what's happening.
All right.
This is your Chicago Pro champion, I believe, right?
He is, and also the Tampa Pro. Tampa Pro, yes. For last year's Tampa Pro. And also the Tampa Pro.
The son of legendary Lee
Labrada.
Class. Legendary
Lee Labrada.
Class. Let's watch him go through some shots. A little bit bigger than his father, Lee.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit bigger. I think he's checking in around 245.
He can eat his dad.
Yeah, big boy.
He can eat his dad.
Okay, there's your low back development you guys were talking about.
Yeah, and he could use a little more lower back development. He's all upper back right now. He's a strong kid. We've seen him throw around some serious weight. Got some nice thick calves.
Great wheels on him.
Yeah. Got some nice, very thick across the top.
Wheels on him.
Yeah.
His training mantra is win the day, and that is what he's looking to do today.
You can see the pec tear on the left side. He injured that a few years ago, and has still managed to win competitions. Remember, Kevin Lebrone, a Hall of Fame bodybuilder with 25 plus wins, also had a torn pec. Hall of Fame bodybuilder with 25
Dorian took that last Olympia with a torn bicep.
And try.
Justin Rodriguez.
Along with Chris Dickerson back in '82, torn bicep. So there is life. I mean, Hunter is the real deal.
Yes, real.
Justin served notice at the Arnold Classic 2 weeks ago with a top 5 finish there. I believe he was fourth at the Arnold Classic. With a top 5 finish there. I believe he was fourth at the Arnold Classic. He's in good condition for him. He's in good, different type of physique for him. Great biceps, but a little slight on the tricep department. You'll notice when he hits that shot.
Yeah.
A little slight on the tricep department. You'll notice when he hits. Does it look like one quadricep is bigger than the other quadricep? Does it look like one quadricep is bigger than the other quadricep?
A little bit different there. Like I said, the tricep looks a little bit weak.
Yeah, that's an area he has to bring up to match those biceps. That's an area.
This is his third Olympia appearance, and it looks as though he's been climbing up those ranks. And of course, he's looking to do that again today.
Yeah, he'll be tighter tomorrow also.
Now, Lee, I never saw your posing trunks kind of hiked up a little bit. Did these hiked up a little bit too much? I mean, does that accentuate or what?
I don't know.
I mean, could you do it? Would you have done it?
No,
I see it a lot. You're going to see it a lot.
Well, this is a whole nother era, man.
You see it a lot. Okay. I never did it. That's all I'm saying.
I never did it either.
Okay. But today it's fashionable. A lot of guys are doing it.
I never did it either.
I think we saw William Bonek try it, huh?
I guess for show glute striation, I guess, to maximize that. That's what I would think,
Yeah, the shorts have gotten much smaller since you retired.
But don't you want to leave something to the imagination?
I tried to.
But my wife won't let me wear them.
Winkler.
All right, Big Truly, a year ago, missed this contest, got stuck in Turkey on his way over from Oxygen Gym, and didn't get to compete. He had to watch it on TV. He's here tonight.
Always impressive.
Really won the Puerto Rico Pro.
Always in fifth.
A couple weeks ago at the Arnold Classic. Puerto Rico Pro. And he is a fan favorite for sure.
Man, he
actually won the People's Choice Award here one year.
His muscle is just mounds of muscle.
But the condition, Lee, is where he's suffering here, and it's being exposed right now in front of us. We just saw Hadi Chupin, what definition actually looks like. And here, Rolly looks like he's holding a nice cup of water.
Yeah, I've seen him better.
Nice cup of water.
Man, if he could just ever get it right.
Yeah, we were saying that about Big Ramy, and he did.
Yeah.
Rolly's running out of time. He's not getting any younger. He did.
That's right. Yeah. You got to get it right.
Time, not getting any younger.
That's right. You got to get it right. I think sometimes what happens in all season, the guys allow their weight to get too high or get too heavy.
Right.
You know, we stayed around, 12, 15 pounds. We over it. That's right. Striking just over our competition weight. We never got up 40 pounds over competition weight.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
I think we also stayed busier guest posing as well, which kept us accountable. I don't see very many bodybuilders guest posing.
No. That's so true.
Well, it's almost become cost inefficient for what a bodybuilder wants to guest pose at an NPC show. Okay? What a bodybuilder wants to guest pose at an NPC show.
At the same time, you got to stay close to your training weight so you train muscle and not get too heavy in the off-season.
Right. Nobody want to pay for overweight. Just clothing.
That's right. I believe Hollingshead was supposed to compete a year ago here, Tim.
He did. He won a bunch of stuff last year that would have gotten him here.
Yeah.
The British Grand Prix, the European Pro Men's Bodybuilding, and this is now his first Olympia appearance. He looks pretty conditioned, guys.
I think he actually looks better from the rear than the front.
Conditioned, guys.
And that happens sometimes where you can look better from one direction or the other. And that happens sometimes where you can look better from one direction or the other.
Use more thickness in the back.
The thickness would definitely help, I think. Wide enough, thickness helps.
But he got good shape.
Yeah, that's how he got here. I think he got here on the shape. You see the abs are kind of missing. The chest is a little bit flat. The quads can be more separated. He looked better to me from the rear than the front when you pick them apart.
Yeah,
the quads are coming in better to me from the rear than the front when you pick them apart. Big guy like that needs a bigger biceps, bigger triceps. Big guy like that needs a bigger biceps.
He is 5'11", so you've got to carry quite a bit.
Right.
Sure do. Wow.
He is 5'11", so you've got to carry quite a bit.
Right. I like the side chest pose.
So where'd you stay, Lee? About 270, 275 in the offseason?
Oh no, all season for me was about 260. Oh no. When I competed, my last Olympia year, I competed at 254. Other than that, I generally stayed around 248, 250 around that. Competition weight. So as we were saying earlier, staying within striking distance, gave you the benefit of not having to starve your muscle off, and train for the show, stay strong, stay full, and feel good.
Yeah, good advice for these guys listening as they go through their journey in bodybuilding.
You can't flex it, don't carry it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. You can't flex fat, man.
Hang on, I gotta put that somewhere I won't forget it. Hang on, I gotta put that somewhere I
Ladies
won't
and
forget
gentlemen,
it.
please welcome from the USA, former Olympia champion, Brandon Curry.
All right, Brand.
All right, spend all that time over at Kuwait.
All right, Brand.
This guy's got 4 kids living at home and a beautiful bikini mom, wife, I should say, Brandy,
All right,
out of
all
Tennessee.
right.
I watch all the Pee Wee football that he posts online.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I watch all
his
the
kids are studs.
Pee Wee football. They are
Yeah,
studs.
they sure are. Beautiful family. Beautiful. His whole family is beautiful. Sure are.
They're having a watch party up in Tennessee at Carbon Culture up there at Mark Liner's place.
He's got a gym out there. Flex would have called him Soul Brother #1 when he won the Mr. USA Championships in Las Vegas. And all he did is go on and win shows. He's won the Arnold Classic over in Australia, the Arnold Classic 2019 right here in Ohio. He won the Lou Ferrigno Classic out in Palm Springs. He won the Lou Ferrigno
Beautiful
Classic
package.
out in Palm Springs.
Good balance, good symmetry, nice waist paper. I like all of that about Brandon. Symmetry, nice waist paper.
The 15th Mr. Olympia in the history of the game, wide back, tiny waist. Mr. Olympia in the history of the game, wide back, tiny waist. Training out of Oxygen Gym by way of Tennessee.
Now, he guest posed at the Daytona Classic after his Olympia win, and he was definitely conditioned on stage as a guest poser.
This will be his tough test from the rear. That back double bicep standing next to the other guys is going to be tested. That back double bicep standing next to the other guys. He has to win. No one's ever said he didn't. The knock on Brandon was the size of his quads in comparison with the other guys. The quads and the hamstrings. And that's going to be where the true test will lie tonight when it's compared with the other bodybuilders. Arms, chest, shoulders, that's all come up. Compared with the other bodybuilders.
Brandon Curry.
That's all come up. Nice look. I like his look.
Yeah, I do
Ladies and
too.
gentlemen, please welcome from Egypt.
Excellent presentation too.
Right, I mean, Big Rami's kind of bottom heavy, whereas Brandon's top heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Rami's kind of bottom
That's right.
heavy, whereas look at this guy.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Right.
I messed up earlier and mistook. Sean, you didn't correct me on that one. I mistook Muhammad Shaban's credit for Hassan Mustafa's. He's the one that did 6 shows in 2021, stayed conditioned all year with 4 top 5s to rack up the points to get here.
Yeah, I saw him compete many times, actually, training out of Santa Monica at Gold's Gym. Big quads, like Paco Batista type quads. Eduardo Kawa type quads.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Go look him up, Eduardo Kawa.
Oh yeah, I remember those boys,
Yeah,
man.
France.
Oh yeah, I remember those boys.
Yeah,
man.
this guy's thick and heavily muscular. like Paco Batista from Spain back in the day. But of course, the knock has always been on him, the condition. So if you're going to carry that kind of muscle, you're going to sacrifice condition. So if you're going to carry that kind
Exactly
of muscle,
right. And again, Sean, I think it goes back to the type of training routine these guys are using.
Yeah.
Just train one body part once a week.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, you just don't get that type of muscle separation.
You know what I'd like to see this guy do? Go through a high rep workout one day. Drop sets, supersets, and really test the conditioning and stamina of the muscle and being worked. Really
Exactly.
I had to bust out my calculator for this one, guys, because it's in metric. He gets up as big at 5'7" as 290.
5'7", 290. To put in perspective, I'm 5'7", I compete at 212. So there's some perspective for you.
He's got a lot of muscle. His focus should never be back about putting on size anymore.
Right.
It should never be about conditioning, muscle separation.
And it's going to be a different type of training for him. More of a fitness style of training, because the mass is not just going to disappear, but he's got to rip it all up, right? We need to see the separation that we're missing in the quads. He's got to rip it all up, right?
That's what we're
I'd like to get a hold of this guy and put him through the ringer.
Man.
He looks strong as a bull, though, doesn't he?
Well, man.
His first Olympia appearance, he brought quite a package.
Wow.
That's his first one?
That was his first one.
Oh, man, this guy, he's a force to be
Here we go.
Here's your rating. Defending.
Let's see the conditioning on Big Rami.
Right.
Let's see the
Big
conditioning.
Rami.
Let's see his Big Rami peak it again this year, man.
Well, we know one thing. Those legs did not come down an ounce. You see the legs, and then you see him.
Exactly.
You know what's different about Big Rami, Tim? He's got a little facial hair this year. Facial hair has made a return to the Olympia stage with Big Rami, Hot and Shoe Pen. Who else? Big Rami. Got a few guys. Hot and Shoe Pen.
Reigning Mr. Olympia.
That crowd is going ballistic. That crowd is going ballistic.
One of his best shots is that front lat spread.
Yeah.
He's going to be hard to beat.
He's going to be hard to beat. I love the way he's taking his time in presenting. Very good.
As well he should.
Look at that separation, guys.
Very good.
As well he should.
Look at that separation, guys.
Now Arnold used to preach, he's a big guy, he needs to pose big. But what he's doing is he's doing the opposite. He's posing small, which gives the illusion of being bigger and thicker. But I think he needs to pose bigger, right?
He needs to pose big, that's right.
But I think he needs to pose scrunching down like a little guy.
Exactly. You can't, you know, that's one of the things that Arnold said to me when I was just getting started to league. You got to pose big.
Yeah.
And which he introduced me to his posing coach.
Right.
Make sure I learned how to pose big.
Right. We come back to those posing trunks, Lee. Right. A little bit small. Come back to those posing trunks, Lee. He's showing off some glutes. A little bit small. He's showing off some glutes. See how low he gets on that? Drops down to show the hamstring. I think it's a little bit too much crunch. Like I like to see stand up with reps.
Yes, exactly.
Crunch. Like I like to see stand up.
I mean, with those kind of wheels on the Rami really don't have to drop down.
Right.
I mean, he has monstrous legs standing straight up.
Right. He's bottom heavy though. I mean, when you look at him, he's like Hassan. Hassan has big legs. You look at him, I don't know that they're really as ripped as they were last year. They look full blown. I don't know that they're really as ripped as they were last year. They look full blown.
He's got a film.
He definitely has a film.
So, and again, tomorrow is, it's another day.
I want to see him compared to the other guys because the legs are really overpowering the upper body.
You're about to. You're about to see him up against everybody else.
That's why we're here.
I don't know if he's got a film. He's got a whole theater against everybody else.
That's why we're here.
I don't know if he's got a film. He's got a whole
Well, now we've seen them individually. Let's see them together. That's where the test of the medal is. Now we've seen them individually. Let's see them together. That's where the test of the medal
Gives me an opportunity to put a few shout-outs out there. My main man, Dan Solomon, your Olympia President and Chief Olympia Officer right down here in the front. Dan, great job this year. It's amazing what you can do. You've got more than 3 weeks to prepare for an Olympia, isn't it? How about this stage, folks? What do you think? And folks, I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize one of the hardest working people that we have every single year. She gets absolutely no sleep. She's behind the scenes. But Angelica Nebbia, whatever they're paying you, they need to double it, all right? Angelica Nebbia, whatever they're paying you, they need VIP. And you know it's a big event when your husband Roy actually makes it out. Every 10 years or so. Good to see you, Roy. All right? Every 10 years or so. Good to see you, Roy. All right, folks, what do you think? You just saw all 16 of our competitors. All right, folks, what do you think? You just saw all 16 of our competitors. It's all about the comparisons, right? So let's bring out Group 1 on the center line, please.
In no particular order. This is what they've been waiting for right here.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
This is what they've been waiting
Woo, baby.
for.
Yeah. Here we go. Woo, baby.
You missed the flutters right here.
I don't think Lee doesn't know what flutters feel like. Are you kidding me? He's got 8 Sandowns. He doesn't know what flutters. He's like, I'm just here to pick up my trophy. He's like, flutters. Here to pick up my trophy. Ask me about flutters. I'll tell you what it feels like.
Let's send it down to the judges. Big Steve.
I'll tell you what it feels like.
Front double bicep.
Big Steve.
Front double bicep. Quarter turn to the right.
All right, this is just random. Like, this is in no particular order, right? This is just to see them stand next to each other. After they've seen them all do this, they'll call them out comparisons. After they've seen them all do this, I think this round is actually a waste of time, to be honest. Because these guys aren't being compared to each other.
Sean, you looked away for half a second and missed the vacuum with Patrick Moore. Sean, you looked away.
Yeah, he's one of the few in the open that can do the vacuum.
Yeah,
he's one of the few in the open that can do the vacuum.
Quarter turn right.
Some of the most famous vacuums we witnessed was Frank Zane, Tony Pearson. Those two could do the vacuum. Albert pulled one off too. But Tony Pearson and Frank Zane, that was a whole other game.
Sure was, man.
Tony Pearson, Albert did the vacuum back in the day.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah, Albert did the.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Stage left, please. All right, and let's have Group 2 on the center line.
Yes, yeah, this is I'm not a judge, Lee, but the time, like, this is for me a waste of time. Because while the judges are trying to size these guys up, they're not comparing them against each other right here. They're not. This lineup right here will not be compared against each other.
No.
So now that we've seen them individually, they should have just went straight to the actual call out. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I think they'll probably, it's probably more for the audience.
Okay.
We see it a little bit different.
Yeah. Okay.
Front double bicep.
I'm like, let's get it over with. Yeah.
That's right.
Front double bicep.
I'm like, let's get it over with.
That's right.
Okay, Hottie's got
Hottie
quarter
looks
turn
great,
right.
man.
Yeah. Hottie was the best condition.
Yeah.
Quarter turn right.
He's the best conditioned athlete.
yeah.
What's the best condition?
I mean, yes.
He's the best conditioned athlete
yeah.
on stage.
I mean,
And in this lineup, you got
Quarter turn right.
the 2 Canadians next to each other, and Ian and Reagan.
Turn right.
The 2 Canadians. So I mean, there's a battle for your home state, right? Your home country.
yeah.
So I mean, and I think Akeem was a little bit the thick skin.
Back double
Victor
bicep.
Richards, Johnny Fuller.
Hunter is tight
I'll
as
use
we go.
names that you can use. Johnny Fuller, Roy Callender.
Yeah.
I got to take Lee back in the day, so he knows what I'm talking about. I got to take Lee back in the day, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Those were the masters.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Look him up.
Those were the masters.
Yeah.
That's where I got my workout routine from.
Quarter turn right.
Hunter Labrada sporting a good back double bicep along with Hunter.
Right.
Hunter Labrada.
It does look like Hunter's tightening up
Along with Hunter.
as we go. It does look like Hunter's tightening up.
And face front.
Well, they'll be able to have that opportunity to get tightened up. The question is, will the waterworks hit Hunter Labrada? That happened at his last
Thank you,
show.
gentlemen.
And the water started to come out.
All right,
And he got better.
stage left,
But you don't want to see the water come out on stage.
And Group
You got to get that done before you hit the stage.
The sauna the night before.
Yeah, like Lee was saying. You got to get that done before you hit
I mean,
the stage.
Hottie, whatever it is that he did,
Yeah,
he's ahead of the game. I mean, really ahead of everybody else.
I think so.
He's sharper, condition-wise, than anybody I've seen so far.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Hottie Chupin was, what, 3rd a year ago? I think he's going to be one of the last guys standing on that stage.
And wasn't he second to Brandon? 19.
Yeah, I believe you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Gentlemen, front double bicep.
Every once in a while I get one, Lee. Every once
Gentlemen, front double bicep.
in a while I get one, Lee.
No, it was William Bonek, I thought it was. You're wrong again. I think Hottie was
Hottie's
3rd.
third.
William Bonek was 2nd. You're wrong. I'm here to correct you, Tim. I'm here all night. I'm here to correct you, Tim. I'm here all night.
Now you're right.
I know. And now you know.
Quarter turn.
Brandon looks good.
Quarter turn.
He'll have his opportunity. I want to see him stand next to Hottie.
Yeah.
He'll have his opportunity. Because that will be about shape against conditioning.
Back double bicep.
Yeah, exactly.
Shape against conditioning.
Back double bicep.
And it's amazing, like, in this lineup, Lee, back in the day, you would have somebody that would be on the taller side of things. I didn't think that we would say that Big Ramy is actually on the taller side of things. And basically 5'9". On the taller side of things.
Wow.
And basically 5'9".
He's only 5'9".
I think he may try to claim 5'10", but
He's only 5'9".
I think he's like 5'9". He may try to claim 5'10", but I think he's like 5'9". I think Rolly missed the boat on this one.
Sure did.
He didn't make it here last year, and he arrived this year, but you're going to see the waterworks on Rolly if Steve puts him through the ringer. Because he's holding water.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Stage
I mean, he knows
left.
this. There's nothing you can do once you're here.
All right.
You got to go through it, right?
Azama's stuff is good. I think he's top 10.
You got to go through it, right? He's thick.
All right, folks,
That's the big
it'll be
muscular
just
guy.
a few moments
With the
until we get our
quads.
guys out here on the hiatus for the all-important first call-outs. I first remind you, for the all-important Vice President, President Dan Solomon just informed me we are sold out for tomorrow night's finals. Sold out, folks. That means
No surprise.
We're back.
you have to get the pay-per-view. You can get that at OlympiaProductions.com. Also, I have to remind everybody, hate to do it, folks,
People
but I gotta
learning
do
from
it.
you. People are catching the old school and the new school.
Of this event,
But as you look at these guys, as you watch the conditioning,
we got you streaming this.
parse this apart.
We will have to call in the muscle.
What do you see?
That distinction
People are tightening up.
belongs
People are
to this young gentleman to break down.
They're going to start changing a lot when they get to work through these comparison posts and Steve will put them through. We're going to see some guys will sharpen up, and other guys, the waterworks are going to happen. You're going to see them spreading this water and sweat, and it's going to be very distracting. The guy that doesn't sweat is the guy that's going to be in shape. Keep your eye on Hadi Chupin and look at Big Ramy. Last year, Ramy didn't break a sweat. If he starts sweating this year, that means he's got some ground to make up. If you start sweating this year, Lee, you never sweated. You still don't sweat.
Hey, here we go.
You better get up a little bit more than that. You guys spent a pretty penny to sit here in this room and watch the best in the world duke it out. And that's what we're going to give you right now. Fans, here in Orlando, are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. Bring them out.
All right, let the games begin.
We're going to go on the diagonal and do what they love in this sport, the first call-out.
Well, I've witnessed Lee get called out once and stand there and watch the show and walk off with a freaking check and a trophy.
I did it the night before, Sean. Man, you know, if I didn't have a sauna, I put a rack doors of the restroom and turn all the hot water on, and I sweated it out. Restroom and turn give these guys my secret, man. They need to buy my portfolio.
All right,
There
here
it
we
is.
go, folks. Without further ado, back to the judges. Big Steve.
In numerical order. Competitor 1, Nick. Numerical order. Paul Williams.
Our classic champion. He's fired up.
10 Hunter.
Classic champion.
14 Brandon. 10 and 16 Ralph.
Right, I think.
Yeah. All right. I'm really happy right now for Nick Walker and Hunter LeBron.
Yeah. I saw this whole year coming. And now Steve's going to move these guys around. Hadi's going to come into the middle. These guys around. He'll trade with Lebrada. Hadi's going to come into the middle. He'll trade with
Brandon and Hunter switch. Brandon and Hunter switch.
Respect.
Hadi and Williams switch. Hadi and Williams switch.
Everybody's cheering and booing. Nothing's happened yet. You gotta pose. Nothing's happened yet. Jockey. Walker's tight too. Both tight. Walker's tight too. Both tight.
They can pan this
Front
camera.
lat spread.
Pan this camera or go wide so you can see Hadi for sure.
Lat spread.
Pan this camera or go wide. There's somebody on a 20-hour flight who take a nap on their lats. Hadi, they just hang there. His lats are so big.
I like Hadi's condition, man.
Yeah.
So big. I think Hunter either has a little bit too much oil on, or the water is starting to break the surface of the skin, and that's going to get real messy. Or the water is starting to break. Nick Walker's got a really deep tan by comparison to a weak Walker.
Back double bicep.
Deep tan by comparison to a weak. Eating, I never paid attention.
No, man, you know, I use tanning beds and the sunlight. Yeah.
It worked for you. It did. I got that. It worked for you.
I use the
Back lat spread.
can't think of it. So long ago.
He had some secret stuff, Tim. That's what it was. He used the baking oil.
Jojoba oil.
Okay.
That's what it was.
There's always something different with you. You got a witch doctor back there working with you.
Okay.
You got a witch doctor back there. This is a witch right there on Big Ronnie.
Oh, yeah.
If your eyes continue to go to Hottie,
Side tricep.
if your eyes continue to go to Hottie,
Side tricep.
Hotty's taking no less than second.
he's right there. I mean, I'm actually pleasantly surprised at what Hottie's bringing to the stage. This is one of Brandon's best shots inside tricep.
Yeah, Brandon
Big and
looks
full.
good.
This is one of Brandon's best big traps.
It's a little bit soft.
And you know what? It's not, he can be beaten. He's a little bit soft. He's got some work to do. You see Hunter Murata starting to sweat now. That's what I was talking about. You get under those lights, carry a little bit of water. These athletes are going to start moving the oil and coloring around on their bodies, and that's because they're holding a slight film.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line, please.
Right now, Hunter's on his own with that.
Brandon looks like he made those key gains.
Oh, he did. Look at the thickness.
Yeah.
He's so full.
Yeah, Brandon is getting harder and harder as he's posing too.
Yeah. Big and full.
Harder and got the shape, man.
Hottie didn't break a sweat.
Mohammed.
Sure did.
You got to remember that. Chalk that up. Hottie did not break a sweat.
Sure did.
And those athletes do just well. We're going to see them again, and they're going to get worked just as hard.
13 James.
That's going to help them. They're going to get improve just as hard.
And 12 Rolling.
That's going to help them improve.
12 Rolling.
Remember, this is a contest all the way down. I mean, there's money on the line, Lee, so you can't really rest. And I know that, well, you did when you were on stage after you had your first call out, but everyone else has to continue to fight.
Yeah, man.
Your first call out.
It's on
Ian
the
and Mohammed
track.
change.
I mean, the Mr. Olympia happens once a year.
Right.
This is for all the marbles. Once a year.
Right.
This is for all the marbles.
Broly was ready to pose. He missed his call.
James and Justin switch.
Missed his call.
James and Justin switch.
Oh, he looks good.
Mohammed and Akeem switch.
Now, what are the chances here, guys, to condition your way up to that top six?
Well, listen,
hit a
a couple of
front
guys on the
double
top
bicep.
can come down, and a couple of these guys can actually come up.
Exactly.
Come down. I would be closing my hardest in this call out, but some guys are too far off to make up ground.
Front lat
Justin
spread.
Rodriguez looks good.
Some guys are too far off to make up ground.
Front lat
Justin
spread.
Rodriguez looks good.
He does. Last year, Tim, I had Occam as my
Side
most
check.
improved bodybuilder. Last year, Tim, the wow factor is not there this year. The wow factor is not there this year.
Back double
Man,
bicep.
this film
Back double
is
bicep.
driving me crazy.
You're looking at the water.
Why is it?
Well, it's not just water. Some of the guys aren't there yet. They look a couple weeks out. Some of the guys aren't there yet.
Sure do.
You're looking for more quality, am I right?
Exactly.
Back lat
Yeah.
spread.
You're looking for more quality.
More quality.
Back lat
Yeah.
spread.
I mean, the size is there, and most, you know, I mean, the size is 80% of them, but
Right.
most, you know, quality, you know, with the muscles popping.
Gentlemen, face front.
Quality, you know, with the muscles popping. But we got shape, beautiful
Rolling
shape.
Justin switch.
Definitely got size, too.
Yeah, size and shape, you know.
Akeem and
Sometimes
Mohammed
it come in a sacrifice.
Right.
Akeem and Mohammed
Sometimes it come in a
switch. Gentlemen, give
sacrifice.
yourself some
Well, in
room.
this lineup, my eyes
Everyone
continue to
take
come
a
back
step.
to Justin Rodriguez. This guy seems to have a little better flow very
Yeah.
well with his shape.
Yeah.
Everything else,
Dominoes and thighs.
that's Ian,
Valeri.
yeah, Valeri from Canada. He won the 2 shows earlier this year and second at the Arnold. Valeri from Canada. He won the 2 shows earlier this year and second at the Arnold. Rolly's struggling with
Favorite
his
most
posing
muscular.
in terms of holding. You see he's starting to break a sweat too.
Most muscular.
In terms of holding, you see he's starting to break a sweat too.
Man, you know, the thing about it, when it comes to posing, you have to get in shape to pose.
You can't make the muscles pop. What happens is you start to break the sweat on your shoulders and on your traps, then it seeps to your chest, then it's coming down your stomach, and you're spreading it all around your body. It's coming back.
7 Regan.
Spreading it
So that
all
big
around
crack
your body.
between the pecs you're talking about, Sean. Back in the day, you guys used to do a lot of heavy overhead pullovers, dumbbell pullovers. Right. And they get a lot of sternum cracks. Open up that chest for more mass, but sometimes it backfires.
Right. Well, yeah. I've had a snap crackle pop in mine before, too. I've had a snap crackle pop in mine before.
Andre and Hassad switch.
Now, Lee, you never stood like some of these. I call it the motorcycle stance. Because they look like they're about to get on the motorcycle. You didn't stand like this. You're much more natural.
Front double bicep.
I mean, you know, we would drift sort of to the side.
Yeah.
Then when you get, you know,
Move the hip a little bit.
then we move the hip a little. It was just totally kind of, it was different.
Yeah, more relaxed. These guys are more stiff.
Front lat spread.
Yeah, more relaxed. These guys are more stiff.
Front lat spread. Side chest.
Reagan and Patrick with great shape, but still slight on the muscle size. I mean, great shape, but still for them to hear that, is that scary to say, hey, look, you need to put on another 10 pounds? And how easy is that to do? That's scary to say, hey, look,
Back double
I'm asking
bicep.
for your expert opinion.
Man, you know what? From 1984 to 1991, it took, I only had a total of 11 pounds
As a pro.
in that amount of time as a pro.
Right.
Because when you add it, you want to make sure you're putting it in the right place.
And it's quality.
And it's quality. I mean,
Back lat
that was the game during that era.
Right.
And it needs to be now.
Yeah,
Because you see guys that are big, but they're not finished. Quality. Because you see guys that are big, I mean, take nothing away from them. Bigger, you know, more size and so
tricep.
forth, but bigger muscle separation. More size and so
tricep.
forth, but
Well, these are the guys right now that are still trying to work the way up. See, we recognize in the top six, but it's not a time to get discouraged. You're still in the Mr. Olympia.
Oh, yeah.
This is a dream for some of these guys.
Right. And to go back, Sean, Reagan and Patrick both made huge strides.
And they both won to get here.
yeah, that's right.
They're not getting a handout.
Now, you don't accidentally end up on the Mr. Olympia stage. It's
Yeah.
no accident.
Your favorite
There's a lot of pain and suffering.
Yeah,
And,
we had that invitation. And last time we had the invitation, Big Ramy won the damn show.
You did, man.
You gotta be careful what you wish for.
Man.
Some people complain about someone getting hand chosen to come in. Well, heck, bring in the winner. Getting hand chosen.
Back in line, please.
That's what happened last year.
Were there any? I don't think there's any special invites this year.
No, there were not.
Were there any? I don't think the year before was Cedric
Big Ramy.
McMillan.
There were not.
Big Ramy. The year before was Cedric McMillan.
Yeah, the year before was Cedric McMillan. Military obligation. Yeah, the year before was Cedric. All right, now this is, we're going to come back, I think, to the top guys here. And they better be ready because I don't think they're going to catch a break. Brandon Curry's already sweating. You can see it underneath his arms.
Mohammed, Akeem, Rolly, and James.
Important call out here, Lee. You know what this call out's about?
And James.
I'm thinking this is going to be for the 6th spot.
Yes.
Someone's fighting to get in the top 6 of the Olympia.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, that first call out was 6. And I don't see anybody from that call out. Oh, Akeem was in that call out. They did the first 6.
Akeem
I'm
and
saying
Mohammed
this is for the top 6. This is for
They did the first 6.
that 6th spot.
Yeah.
This is for the top 6. And they got to make sure. And Rolly's needs to be careful because this is where he's going to spill over with a lot of water if they work him too long.
Everyone take a step.
Spill over with a lot of water.
Front double bicep. Front double bicep.
Rolly's got the ridiculous arms, and so does Akeem.
Oh, man.
Front lat spread. Front lat spread.
Now, Lee, was this the hardest part of your contest prep or the easiest part after you did the work in the
Side
gym?
chest.
This was the easiest part, really.
Side
I'm with
chest.
This was the easiest
Because you
part.
drop the weight, right? It's easier to pose muscle than throw around heavy weight.
Exactly, you know. And
Back double
we would
bicep.
practice our posing in the midst of our training.
Right, it's part of that.
You know, it's part of our workout. You know, it's part of our workout. And start, seriously posing about 6 to 8 weeks out from a show.
Back lat spread.
I mean, so 2 weeks away, you're just coasting.
Coasting, yeah.
So you where you need to be. You're just coasting.
Good advice. Wide back on
You need
Rolly
to be.
Whistler.
Oh yeah,
Rolly looks like he's coming to life, Sean.
Side
Yeah.
tricep.
you got a lot of
Rolly
muscle,
looks like
man.
he's coming to life, Sean.
Side
Yeah.
tricep.
You got a lot of muscle.
Rolly won the fan favorite award at the very first time they had that. He's got the championship.
Oh, he looked awesome that year too.
They love him. Woo. Championship.
Oh, he looked awesome that year too.
They love him.
Relax, face front.
One of the key things I noticed about Lee,
Mohammed
he
and
never
rolling
relaxed
switch.
in between. And that's where some of these guys expose their weaknesses because they relax when they're not posing.
Yeah. We'll see, of course. Yeah. Like you said Lee.
Yeah, you never relax. Lee Labrada never relaxed. I mean,
That's right.
there's no
Hey,
relaxing.
we were taught not to relax.
Down over
it.
side.
You stay flexed the whole time.
Yes.
Down over side.
Stay flexed the whole time.
Yes.
I mean, we learn from the best in the business.
Your favorite, most muscular.
All of us were students.
Well, Lee, you brought your book here at the expo to sell and sign for the fans. Are there some tips about competing in the Olympia in there?
Oh, yes. Oh, no doubt about it. We talk about carb loading, carb depleting, how to get rid of water for the last bit. You know, when you're ready for a show, it doesn't mean stop drinking either.
Yeah,
That's a danger. It's a way to get it done without endangering your health.
Hottie.
All right, you'll be signing those books tomorrow at the expo, 12 o'clock at the Olympia Legends booth.
Yeah, man. I'm going to sneak one in and get there a little bit earlier, Sean.
Yeah, get there early.
All right, guys, here's an interesting one.
Yes.
This is a call out for the top. Interesting one, but no Rami. Well,
You know why?
because he's in the Lee Haney spot, apparently.
He's in the Lee Haney spot, and Hottie Choopan's right there with him, and Brandon Curry. So I believe that's going to be your top three on paper. Right there with him, and
Hottie and
Choopan's
Justin
in there.
switch.
Your top three on paper.
Hottie and
Let's see what this is
Justin
about.
switch.
Brandon and Rami are not in this call out. Brandon and Rami are not in this call out. I want Nick Walker to stand next to Hottie Choopan.
Front double bicep.
Nick Walker to stand next.
Nick is
Front double
he is
bicep.
have very good condition. I mean, he's getting better and better. Have very good condition.
His color is good too.
Better and better.
Now, as a reminder, Lee, this is Nick's first Olympia.
Oh, yes. I've been watching him, man. I've been watching him on his social media. Been checking him out for a long time now.
He can get a big feather in his cap. He takes out William Bonek. He can get a big Hottie Choopan. That's a big feather in his cap at a young age of
Sure is.
26. Or Hottie
Right.
Choopan. That's a big feather in his cap at a young age of 26.
Very well-mannered young man, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Love
He
that
says
about
he's
him.
double
confident.
bicep.
This kid's confident. He's not cocky. He's confident in his abilities.
Yeah, there
You have
you
to
go.
have that.
He puts the work in.
Yeah, every champion has that.
Yeah, that's right. He puts the work in.
Yeah, every champion has that.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Relax.
So you think
Spread
this
out
is
a
the battle
little
for
bit.
third right here?
Give yourself some room.
So you
I
think
can't say that.
Step.
I want to see these guys battle with Brandon Curry too.
Hit a lat spread.
I want to see Nick and Hottie up there with Big Rami. I don't think this is not a done deal. Up there with Big Rami. I don't think this is not a done deal.
Different judges want to see different things.
That's true.
Different comparisons.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think like a judge.
Exactly, yeah.
My opinion is there's more to this story.
Side tricep.
My opinion is there's more to this story.
Williams was getting better too, Bundak.
Yeah.
Getting better and better.
Sometimes it favors those guys. You get that sheen. You see, it's like the shine favors those guys. Muscles are popping more.
Yeah, Hunter's getting better.
Muscles are popping more.
Abdominals and thighs.
Getting better.
Hunter was smart. He dried off when he went off the stage, came back, wiped everything off. He dried off when he went off the stage, came back, wiped everything off. Hunter's quads are a little bit soft right there. Gonna have to get those a little more
Your
dialed
favorite,
in.
most muscular.
Soft. Get those a little more
Your
dialed
favorite,
in.
most muscular.
All right, Big Steve putting them through the paces right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Big Steve putting them through the paces right now.
Relax.
Oh, yeah.
Relax.
Nick Walker's got that just grainy look.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line, please.
I like Hunter's
Thank
shape.
you, gentlemen. Back in
Yeah.
line, please.
Yeah. Got beautiful
I like
shape.
Hunter's shape. One of those guys are going to be called back. For
Brandon and Rami.
We got Brandon Rami, but one of those guys might come back up.
Brandon and Rami.
We got Brandon Rami, but one of those guys might come back. We saw this a year ago, Tim, where Big Rami held off Brandon Curry to win his first Olympia on the heels of Brandon Curry losing the Olympia title. On the heels of back. This is the rubber match. This
This is
3
it.
years.
Front double bicep.
Here we go. We've already seen how one of those went tonight.
Yeah.
Front double bicep.
Here we go. We've already seen how one of those went tonight.
Now we know why they call him Big
Front
Rami,
lat
but
spread.
structurally, I like Brandon Curry's shape better. For me, it's more appealing. I like Brandon Curry's shape better. For me, Rami's quads seem to be a little bit off the mark from a year ago. especially the right quad. I'm not sure if it's injured or not. A year ago, especially the right quad. But that right quad doesn't look like it's popping as well. That right quad doesn't look like it's popping.
Across the upper chest, Brandon looks a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, Brandon's holding his own.
Yeah, he got thicker. He did the work.
Yeah.
Solid muscle mass. Especially the arms. Much lighter than Rami, but his arms look bigger than Rami. Much lighter than Rami, but his arms look bigger than Rami. But on the bottom side, Rami's hamstrings look bigger than Brandon's. Give and take. Brandon's give and take. Brandon's got that tiny little waist. Brandon's got that tiny little waist. It's a battle of opinions right here, guys. Woo! It's a battle of opinions right here, guys.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
And Steve Weinberg.
Wow.
Well, Steve doesn't make the decision by himself. He has the microphone, but there's a collection of opinions that are going to decide this competition. And like the 212, I think it's going to come down to the wire, but I'd still like to see Hadi and Nick compared with these two guys. I'd still like to see Hadi and Nick. I mean, give those young guys an opportunity to stand up there with these guys and fight it out. Give those young guys an opportunity to stand up there with these guys and fight it out.
I mean, as tall as Remy, looks the same height as
Yeah,
Brandon.
I think
He's squatting too low.
He's squatting too low, right? Yeah, I think
You have to overpower.
Brandon actually looked better than him in that shot.
Yeah, you have to overpower.
Brandon actually looked better than him.
If you're that big, you need to overpower your component.
Correct.
If you're that big, you need to overpower your component.
Your favorite, most muscular.
Now, mind you, just for the record, Brandon Curry has beaten Big Rami in the past. So don't let the optics of a bigger guy fool you that he can't be beaten by a smaller guy because it's happened before.
Relax.
Yeah, just tell me.
Take a second and let's do it again.
Muhammad McCoway waxed me all over Europe. Woo, I never forgot that. Yes, I'm still licking my wound.
That was the year I started bodybuilding. He gave me hope and that inspiration. When I saw that, I was motivated to start a career, actually. When I saw that, I was motivated.
Man, that's saying it all right there. Look, just check that out. Man, that's a matter of opinion right there. Check that out. Neither's really overshadowing the other.
No, and they have strengths and weaknesses for both.
That's right. Exactly.
No, and they have strengths and weaknesses for both.
That's right.
Mr. Olympia 15 versus Mr. Olympia 16.
Yep. I like the fact that Brendan's pads came up a lot too.
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole package. That's going over to the oxygen gym is paying off.
Back double bicep.
It's a good investment for his career. And it's tough because he's got to leave his whole family behind
Yeah.
while he does it.
No doubt about it, man.
But Big Rami's been celebrated for a whole year, fitting of a king, and to come back and try to defend his title is nothing short of amazing. Because he's one of the last guys standing again.
He's getting tighter and tighter as he poses.
These judges are familiar with both physiques, so this is not going to come to us as a surprise or a shock if one beats the other. The judges know these physiques well.
Sure do.
If you had to choose one league,
Hey, man, don't put. Wow. Tell you what, man. Don't put.
in the day of social media, you're going to gain followers, you're going to lose followers. In the day of social media, but you're still entitled to your opinion, right? I mean,
Yeah.
no, not anymore. Not anymore. Your opinion. Yeah, you got to your opinion.
No, Brandon's right up the street from me, you know. I'm in Atlanta, he's right there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in Atlanta, he's right there.
Well, listen, what Brandon is lacking in size, I think he's made up in shape, structure,
The small waist,
right?
nice shoulder, waist taper, you know.
And I don't believe that Rami is in the condition he was a year ago. I'm sorry, I can see that. Yeah, so he's leaving the door open.
Yeah.
That door is open. He's leaving the door.
Relax.
Yeah.
That door is open.
Thank you, gentlemen. Back in line. This
Yes,
concludes our
conditioning
first
is not
round.
as
Back to
good.
you, Bob.
I mean, last year his condition was so good that it just blew everybody away.
And now this is a cliffhanger, actually, because we have no closure. There's no closure here.
And that was the thing that had kept Rami back all those years, was that last touch of conditioning.
That's right. And he brought it last year, like, oh my goodness.
That's right.
There was no question.
Well, here's the thing. He's got 24 hours to condition himself up. And across the board.
Stuff those towels over the door.
Sports Hall of Fame.
But now, was that the case last year, Prejudging?
He closed the door on everybody when he came out. He was ready.
See, there you go.
Well, thank everybody for coming out tonight.
See, there you go.
We'll see everybody tomorrow at the Expo. Good night, everybody.
All right. Lee Haney, thank you so much for joining us to this part. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for the finals.
Yes.
So much for joining us. And we're going to be right back with the post-show, Sean. Absolutely. And we're going to be right back with the post-show, Sean. Absolutely.
People always ask how I got here. That's how I got here. I was willing to work just a little harder than everyone else. Every damn day than everyone else. Every damn. If I can have hundreds of hours back, you know I'm gonna grab them. If I can have spending hours prepping chicken, rice, and vegetables, F that. I rely on perfect nutrition. I rely on trifecta. I rely on trifecta.
All right, that was Trifecta. That was Breon, who we'll see tomorrow night. All right, that was
Classic Physique. That was going to go down tomorrow morning, and then it's going to end tomorrow night. So Breon has a lot at stake, trying to go for that third title in the Classic Physique.
going after Chris Bumstead
Trying to go for
and
that third title in the Classic Terrence Ruffin was second place last year.
Rough Diesel, who just won the Arnold.
Absolutely, but what we just witnessed on stage is nothing short of a cliffhanger. Absolutely, but what I would have liked to have seen the other guys come out there with Brandon and Rami. I would have liked to see Hadi Chupin, and I would have liked to see Nick Walker compared a little bit more.
You wanted to see the young guys get in there and get a chance to size up against the big guys, size up against the two Olympias,
Yeah,
and go head to head.
Well, at the end of the day, listen, these are the two guys that have the Olympia title. It's not over. I mean, things could happen in 24 hours. One of them could spill over. One of them could come in off. And at the end of the day, they're paying more attention to their posing. Off.
Absolutely. And like you said, that water, that film that we kept referencing, could make a big difference in how they present tomorrow.
Well, I was pleasantly surprised that Hunter Labrada getting better as it went along. I think several of them. William Bonek was getting better, but for me, the surprise of the show was Hadi Chupin. I got to give my hat to him.
You know, I'm not surprised. He has been consistently the best conditioned athlete on stage. Even last year, he got blown out by Rami size and conditioning, but he always brings the conditioning.
Well, the cliffhanger for me is, which direction are they going to go? Are they going to stay with Rami, who's off from a year ago, or are they going to go back to Brandon Curry, who's got everything, and then some when he won the title?
And put on those size changes that he needed to when he went back to the drawing board.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody would complain if Brandon Curry could upset the champion, which we've rarely seen happen on the Olympic stage. It would be nice to see this thing come right down to the wire. But either way, they're both great representatives of being the Mr. Olympia.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about some of the other action. Miss Olympia did not change hands. Andrea Shaw won again.
She ran away with that again. I don't think it was even close.
Sydney Gillen Gillen, same case.
Ran away with that again. 5 times. I mean, it's like she could win another 5.
Yeah, man. And we go back to some changes. Whitney Jones taking the title back.
Yeah, and that was something again, depending on what styles you like, because styles make routines. Missy was on her A game. I wasn't shocked because Whitney has won this title before, and Missy beat her before. That was an excellent battle.
Well, now, much like Brandon and Big Ramy, they could go either way. We were looking at Derek Lunsford and Sean Clarita, kind of saying the same thing. Were they going to give it to that extra bit of size that Derek put on, or that maybe better conditioning of Sean Clarita?
Right. Well, we were talking about it. Derek Lunsford was probably the most improved, and the judges actually rewarded that. Sometimes they don't do it. We witnessed that happen before, but either way, they're both great champions.
And we were waiting for that moment where we were either and still and new or and taking their title back.
Yeah.
And we got to hear that a few times tonight.
Well, we heard it with Sarah Villegas. So in the women's physique, man, Sarah, a 2-peat champion, and just slammed the door. I mean, she looks freaking phenomenal.
She does, and Natalia moved up into that second spot. And those newcomers, two first-timers up there, and Brooke Walker really put on a show.
She was really good. And we got a whole lot more coming up tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely.
Besides the classic physique. We got a whole lot more.
We have men's physique tomorrow.
Which you know all about.
I do indeed, but not at this level. Tomorrow we'll have women's wellness. We will see the finals of tomorrow night.
Well, and I missed the prejudging, so I'm looking forward to seeing the finals of the wellness. But we also have women's bikini.
We do have the women's bikini, and there's some interesting changes there. Janet Leuk's title is open, which is interesting. And then that third place, Angelica Teixeira. She has stepped out to have a baby.
Yep, she's having a kid.
So now there are 2 of the top 5 spots up for grabs, and it looked Jennifer Doria looked like she was ready to just walk in and collect that check, but not so fast.
Yeah, not so fast. And listen, there's several girls that could come in there and change things upon their head because of the vacancy, actually.
Well, you're talking about it's another one of those classes. You love this, full of former Olympians. You've got Ashley Kaltwasser, who whenever I MC a show, looks like she's just there to pick up a check.
Well, here's the thing. If she wins tomorrow night, she breaks Dexter Jackson's record for 30 pro wins. Dexter's got 29 and she has 29.
And she's got a lot of years left. Dexter did it in his late 40s.
Yeah, and she's already got 3 Olympia titles. Dexter has 1.
All right.
Sorry, Dex.
And then you got Jennifer Doria. You got Issa Pacini, who has been working her way back up towards this win. I think she just won the Tampa Pro recently. And Attila.
No, the girl from Canada, Laura Lee
Chapanos.
Very good.
Yes.
She's excellent. So she's my dark horse to win.
Okay. Well, I will put that down as your bet.
I'm not a judge. I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, I will put that down. It's going to be really interesting to see how that top 5 shakes out and who takes that title this year.
Well, we're pushing into the late hour, and it's going to get started at 9 a.m. at the Expo tomorrow, where they have a few of the functions. But the Expo is back, and that's a huge component to the Olympia weekend.
150,000 square feet, tons of exhibitors, samples, and then you have the Olympians booth.
Yeah, we have all the who's who of bodybuilding from Dexter Jackson, Ronnie Coleman, Lee Haney, Labrada, Gaspari, all the old school cats. Mike Ashley is also here. We'll be at the Olympia booth at 12 noon signing stuff.
Now, don't confuse that with you. That's not the old school booth.
No, it's not the old school booth. They're in the house. There's a lot of people in the house. Old School Clothing, Gold's Gym is back. They're in the house. Fascia Blaster is here. And of course, Mutant Nation's in the house. Lots of sponsors are here.
It is really great. If you've never been to an expo, it's really fun to see. I'm taking my wife for the first time tomorrow. Tons of free swag, but it is such a great people watching to see all those amazing personalities, your favorite stars, and celebrities that just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, there's all kind of fans of the sport. Again, they have the Hall of Fame thing by Bob Goldman going on, and that's actually at 12 o'clock too, so that's kind of cool. That's going to take place at the Host Hotel over at the Hyatt. Where the gala is Sunday.
The gala is Saturday night. Sunday is the seminar with the champions.
Yeah, Bob hosts that inside the same place that the gala takes place on Saturday night. So we're not even halfway there. At the midnight hour, we're not even halfway there.
No, it's a nap and then some prejudge straight away.
We're going to be right back doing it again.
I'll be walking around with my goodie bag and a change of clothes so I can get more samples than I'll recognize me from before.
Well, listen, one thing that we've learned from tonight's prejudging is that potentially there will not be a 17th Mr. Olympia winner should Big Ramy hold on to the title or Brandon Curry recapture it. Should Big Ramy hold on to the title? Just a little side note.
You are, for this late hour and this many hours, you are still clicking.
57 years and only 16 champions. That's some kind of record right there.
And we had 8 of those years with us tonight in Lee Haney.
And he was sharp.
We had 8 of those.
For 61 years old, Lee still got it.
Absolutely.
He surprised me.
But I do love, you're here, Gaspari's here, we got Lee Haney, and we get that, I had an old school knowledge and that experience and that comparison to today. And there's so many of those lessons from those competition years that should be brought back and used today.
Absolutely, and I think a lot of the guys are feeling very nostalgic when we gather as a group, talking about the old days, and some of the younger guys are absorbing some of that conversation and they're going to apply it into their careers. But they're also teaching us a few things with social media and all the marketing things and the things that the guys can do today that we weren't able to do. The internet's made the world a much smaller place.
Well, social media is one thing, but you can't believe how many tips I picked up from you, and tonight I wrote down half of what Lee said. So it's always nice. We've got so much action for you tomorrow. If you're here live, the Expo, the Prejudge, and then get back with us tomorrow night for all the great finals action. Find out who our Open champion is, men's classic physique, bikini, and wellness.
Yes, it's going to be it's a mouthful. It's all going down right here.
It is all
Orange
going down.
County Convention Center.
We thank Trifecta again, Wings of Strength, my peanut butter,
my peanut butter and my cookie dealer. You can't forget those guys.
No, those one
Pro-Tan USA.
Oh,
we can rattle them all.
We can rattle them all. Because this is the most sponsored, but tomorrow night we'll get the remainder of the near $1.6 million in prize money handed out to all these great champions.
Absolutely, come down, see Kai Green's in the house, Dana Lynn Bailey, I saw her walking around earlier. I see a lot of celebrities.
Rob Bailey, her husband.
Rob's famous.
Rob's famous. I heard. He's my workout music.
He sings, right?
Yeah.
I heard.
It is so great. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. We look forward to you joining us tomorrow.